As is typical each year around the middle of May, the weather patterns that lead to the formation of tornadoes begin to ramp up. However, this wasn't about to be an ordinary tornado season. May 17th, 2019, in fact, looked just like the beginning of what could be a historic spring. Let me show you the typical process required to be in the right place and just the right time to see tornadoes at the height of the season. This is an example of an ensemble forecast chart, or what storm chasers and even some meteorologists refer to as chiclets. Each member of a weather ensemble makes a different solution with different starting conditions. The average of all of these members is the most likely real outcome given what we know at the moment. This chiclet page represents the likelihood of a given day having severe weather conditions above the average for that calendar date. Anything over a 0 or colored orange and red is above average. And above average, at what is already the peak of tornado season, is terrifying. Driving this weather will be a full week or more of southwest flow and an eastern ridge sitting over ample moisture from the Gulf.
These bug splats are awful. These are huge. And that one's, of course, right in my field of view. Thanks. What day is it? It's Wednesday, and I'm driving through South Dakota tomorrow afternoon. We got a chance for some supercells on what a lot of us call the day before the day. Friday is considered a synoptically evident tornado day. We have all of the components that would normally comprise a tornado day. We've got an eastern ridge, we've got a big trough coming up out of the southwest, creating southwest flow. We have lee cyclogenesis happening. That means that a low pressure system has formed beneath that jet stream coming out of the Rocky Mountains. That low pressure system will mature and organize and land somewhere around North Platte, Nebraska on Friday, we think. And that will all combine to create a nice long dry line that extends from North Platte, Nebraska, all the way down to the Mexico border. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Tomorrow is the day before the day. Some of those ingredients are going to already kind of be in place. With the nose of the jet just cresting over the Rocky Mountains, there's a small chance we might get a supercell or two to form in that area, and that this time ends up landing right around Cheyenne, Scottsbluff, Nebraska area, south of the Black Hills. So I got to cross the state of South Dakota, and I'll hold up tonight, wait out tomorrow, and get into position. We're going to see what happens. Sometimes these days are filled with just beautiful structure. Sometimes they end up being the better tornado day of the two, even though the Friday is supposed to be the day. Sometimes the day before the day ends up being better. As they say, chase everything, right? You just got to be out there. And if you're not out there to catch some of these things, you're not going to get them. Good morning. It's Thursday morning, May 16th, 2019. I'm driving around the Black Hills, south of Rapid City, and I'm heading for my current target, which is Douglas, Wyoming, and we're hoping for a good structure day today. I expect storms to initiate off of mountain ranges that are in eastern Wyoming and then skirt across into western Nebraska. We'll see where it ends up.
While May 16th didn't produce any tornadoes, this low precipitation supercell near Wright, Wyoming blew up fast and was over quickly. Still, it put on a nice show. On the way to tomorrow's target, a new storm with hyperactive lightning kept me far from feeling bad about how the day turned out. Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma is tasked with diagnosing current conditions and watching forecast models to determine when, where, and what kind of severe weather might form and how intense it might be. They're looking at the same data storm chasers and scientists in the field are looking at. And while it might seem like a good idea to just take a professional forecaster's word for it, knowing how to forecast confidently will give anyone an edge. Pay close attention to the areas I've circled here and compare them to the tornado probabilities outlined by the SPC. We'll come back to this in a bit.
Good morning. It is Friday. Friday is the big day. We've got a triple point setting up over North Platte, Nebraska area. With a dry line extending southward to Guatemala. And then we've got a warm front extending eastward across Nebraska. So where do I go? I don't know. All right, I have a whole bunch of clues. Dew points, at least as forecasted, dew points are a little low on the dry line, on the east side of the dry line where I really want to see storms fire. However, surface obs currently have dew points a little higher than what some of the models are predicting. It's a surface observation type of day. It's a look for boundaries, watch satellite kind of day. You know, the models are giving you a clue on what might be happening this afternoon. We could get storms firing on the dry line, on the triple point, along the warm front. There's a list of problems. Number one, dry line. Do we even get storms at all? Number two, if we do get storms on the dry line, will they get capped out or choked off? Are they going to be moisture starved? Are they going to be high based, so high based that they can't produce tornadoes? Okay, that was 3 problems, and that was just the dry line. On the warm front, there's going to be an area of maximized low-level helicity, and that's what storms need to feed on to produce tornadoes near the surface. We need that low-level helicity. It's great on the dry line, but it's even better on the warm front. Pretty much guaranteed storms are going to fire along the warm front. However, they're going to be moving so fast that if they cross that warm front boundary and go to the north, the tornado chances go away. They're going to no longer be surface-based. They're going to be elevated. Then there's the triple point itself, which really kind of maximizes potential to create storms, for storms to have an opportunity for that low-level helicity to be maximized, even more so than the warm front. But they're messy. Historically, and as progged by the models, they're going to be messy. There's a chance that something stupid happens off to the west where I'm sitting right here and a tornado rolls through the town I just slept in. That's happened before too. Now, what I want to see happen, and me wanting something makes no difference, right? What I want to have happen is a storm to fire along the dry line, cross the warm sector, and produce a tornado. The best chance for a storm to be discrete, not messy. Unfortunately, the dew points just might not be there. My thoughts are to not get too far away from where the triple point is, but be along the dry line.
You can even pick out these features on the visible satellite long before storms were ready to form.
I gotta take a phone call. Rob, what's happening? I am going to go south of Ugachaka. I might reposition 4 times today. Well, I'm looking at the road through the bug splatters as I speak. Does a storm even happen? That's kind of my thoughts. No, along the dry line. Triple point, I think, is guaranteed to get a storm. It's guaranteed to be in the Sandhills. Yeah, Cherry County probably has 3 gas stations in the whole stinking county, and 2 of them are in Valentine. So yeah, the nuclear model wants to go nuclear, and the ARW is I don't know. ARW is pretty nice, I guess, and then the other 2, there was one that was nice and one that wasn't. NAM 3K, just, you know, let's just make MCSs everywhere. I mean, there's going to be an MCS later, but you're not going to get one off the dry line. Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll reconnect after we score big today. All right. Later, Rob. Yeah, so the other problem with the triple point, not only is it messy from a meteorological standpoint, it's going to set up over the Sandhills of Nebraska where there are no roads. I'm going to check in a little while. Hopefully everything will be clear as day by then. It won't. Okay, I think I've officially picked a target. I am going to chase a storm that will hopefully develop just south of the triple point along the dry line on the very, very northern part of Kansas near the Nebraska border. Probably track from, I don't know, roughly Goodland or Colby, Kansas into somewhere around McCook, Nebraska. I'm actually headed towards McCook right now. And once I get into town, I'm going to make another decision and decide if I'm going to go further south or chill right there. I think storm motions are going to be a little quick today, so it's good to stay out ahead, let initiation happen, let the storm do its thing, and then come to you. You got chasers going south, you got chasers going north. What'll it be? I don't know. Do I sacrifice the better, more photogenic option over the safer bet that we get tornadoes? This is tough. It's very tough. Lots of options, lots of things to think about, but I think I'm going to stick with this decision and make the most of it. So let's go make it happen. Hopefully, I'm one of a few people and not part of a huge crowd. I can't wait to find out. Feeling excited. We're almost there. It's go time. The chase has officially begun. It's on. I am leaving McCook, Nebraska, and I'm headed down towards Goodland, Kansas. Not going to jinx it just yet, but the fact that we have a storm firing along the actual dry line is a very good sign. There's still a lot of things that can go wrong, so not holding my breath. All right, I'm headed to Atwood right now. I'm almost there. It's coming at me while I'm driving at it, so I'll get to it in a very big hurry here. It looks gorgeous right now, and I'm in Kansas, officially. Kansas. It's probably going to be a while before this storm has tornado potential. We needed to get a little bit further east into some better air, into some higher dew points. But we're well on our way. I think this is what we expected to see. We know the environment that it's headed in, which is going to be really juicy up here north of the Kansas-Nebraska border. We're just going to follow it right up there, and whatever it does, we're going to see it happen. I started in McCook.
That's all right. I got to McCook whenever the trip me back south.
Yeah, same here. Same route.
I was a little late getting to it.
Yeah, I had some work to do real quick.
Yeah.
And I was kind of distracted by that, and I look up and what the hell's going on in Goodland?
Oh, I know. That thing's mid-50 DVC by 2 minutes.
Yep.
You got
No, nowhere to severe and 2 scans.
Yeah.
Probably. Nice meeting you, Nick. Yeah, right. We've got, this is what we're doing for the next few hours, I'm going to tell you that much. See you later.
As this storm picks up in intensity, I'm forced down dirt roads in an attempt to stay out ahead of the heavy precipitation core. However, this storm had a lot of forward speed. Keeping up with it would prove to be a major challenge. I'm kicking myself for not listening to my own advice and waiting for a bit for the storm to come to me. Impatience like this would plague me all week. This clip illustrates the importance of spotter training. While this looks threatening, this is not a tornado. This is just ground scraping scud and cloud debris that isn't rotating or producing damage.
Okay, quick update. We have a tornado warning for a radar indicated tornado, and it looks marvelous on radar. I gotta take a screenshot of this, come to think of it, but we're headed right into it. Take a look. Yeah.
We live right over here. Is it going to drop fucking watermelons or a tornado?
Hopefully just softballs in a tornado. I think you're fine for now. It's not doing anything at this moment. Which direction?
We live right over there.
Are you on the other side of the highway?
No, this side.
This side of the highway? It's a little bit dicey right now, but nothing's on the ground at the moment, so. Look at how discreet this thing is. Nothing to the south. Just a few puffs. I'm looking at a really nice RFD cut right now. I just followed the storm across, I don't know how many like dirt roads. Alright, update, tour reported, so got a peak box. Gotta get up there. I think it's about to happen. Check this out. Over this hill. Looks like a funnel. Looks like a funnel. It might be fully condensed. It's dusty. I think we got a tornado. I think we're tornadoing. There she goes. I need to get this on something other than my GoPro. Shake so much, please. Please don't shake so much. There you have it. That RFD wrapped right around, gave us a tornado. There she is. Oh yeah. She's a beaut. All right, we need to go north. Let's go north. Tornado number 1 on the day, on the year. Tornado number 1 of the year. Yes, we did it. All right, let's get there. Let's get there. Come on, come on, come on. A little sideways. Gonna track along next to it for a minute. Check the hay bales. Nice white tornado. All the way to the ground, fully condensed. What a beautiful sight. Don't think it's hitting anything. It's nowhere near McCook. Minimum maintenance road, of course. Look at that. Look at it. Look at all that dust that's kicking up. Holy crap. Alright, we gotta take photos. Look at that dust. Alright, we just got 2 more tornadoes. A landspout style tornado that lasted about 2 minutes, and then a nice cylindrical cone. I didn't get any video of the landspout, but I did get a photo of it right at the end. Go through this video, but what a day. What a day already. It just keeps going.
Having already fallen behind due to fast storm motions and difficult road network, I'm now reaping the rewards of having been too aggressive too early. In hindsight, I should have remained in McCook. That way I would have been closer and also would have captured much more interesting footage than this. The irony is that chasers, tours, and scientists that positioned much further north for the triple point play had more than enough time to intercept the storm in McCook just as soon as it began producing tornadoes. It didn't help me that unusually hazy skies were keeping contrast extremely low for what would have otherwise have been just a long-distance view of a tornado. It turns out that's another problem that's going to come back to haunt me soon.
Yeah, some fresh tree damage here.
Storm damage and closed roads would eventually prevent me from pursuing further, and along with many others, we watched as the storm disappeared into the distance, still producing tornadoes that we couldn't see. But not everyone got stuck behind.
Wait, we're just arriving right behind?
I don't know how he's gonna show up. I think
I believe I'm bad at filming, but I think I zoom on the trees.
That MCS near the triple point finally did form after dark, giving us an intense and constant lightning show.
What a hell of a day. I'm a dirty boy.
I could dedicate a video to looking at soundings and photographs, and maybe I might do that someday. But a couple key takeaways from North Platte's morning balloon launch shows that it was north of the warm front at the time. A strong capping inversion was in place, as well as relatively dry air and cool temperatures. After this event was in progress, another balloon was launched, this time demonstrating that the warm front had lifted north. Temperatures surged, moisture deepened, and the capping inversion was all but eliminated. In Dodge City, a totally different story was being told. Moisture was already in place, in fact, a tad more than predicted by the models that morning. However, Dodge City was also already well within the warm sector. By evening, temperatures aloft cooled significantly as surface temperatures rose. Moisture had deepened, and southeasterly surface winds surged as the strengthening low-pressure system drew muggy air inward from the deep south. Near where both the Dodge City and the North Platte measurements were made, significant events had unfolded. A long-lived cyclic supercell in both southern Nebraska and another in southern Kansas produced as many as a dozen tornadoes each. And this is why learning to forecast independently can give a storm chaser a distinctive advantage. It's not that the Storm Prediction Center didn't see the scenario coming, but rather, it seemed less likely than the conventional outcome. I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm getting ready to go to Arizona here soon. I'm going to be bringing more content to this channel. I've got a mountain of footage from this last May on my hard drive to go through, and you're going to see more videos along these lines, but each time I'm going to be talking about a little bit different subjects. So if you have some ideas for me, post in the comments and let me know what you want to see. I've got plenty more videos coming, and I promise I'll keep making them if you promise me you'll subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.